Hello CUCV owners. This is hopefully a short and simple video that everyone will appreciate to get their CUCV started that happen to have problems starting. Many people purchase a CUCV, and whether it be winter or various times of the year, usually during the winter, they crank and crank and crank and don't start. I've tried numerous solutions and none of them worked. This is a 1986 CUCV that I purchased on eBay. I'd have to say less than happy with it. It was described wrong. I had it shipped to me and I was stuck with it. But this is the case. Most of the time, it just didn't want to start. It would crank, it would spit, sputter, and then finally start at the risk of burning out the starter, sometimes almost a minute of cranking. It did everything that most people do. Change the glow plugs, put a new relay that you see on the firewall, change the relay card under the dash, change the temperature sensor, played with batteries, made sure everything was charged. You name it, I read it, I played with it, and like most people, they feel they have some kind of fuel leak, which is letting air go in to the fuel system and making it back. I looked into changing the fuel injector pump, which is hard to see, but it's over there. Expensive and quite a bit of work. So, out of desperation, I tried something, and for the first time, I had noticeable results. I installed a backflow preventer. It's that brass thing that you see there. I believe it's 1/2 inch, and then I also purchased 2 tapered 3/8 hose adapters. They're tapered with the ridges to hold the hose better. Use Teflon tape, put it all together. I also purchased 3 feet of fuel line. If you can see it, I got a new strap there. It's hard to tell. If I can see it, I can't. It's connected after the fuel pump, but before the fuel filter. I simply went down and up, put a tie wrap to the backflow preventer and the battery holder, base plate, and then another little tie wrap by the fuel filter itself. And then it comes around and feeds the fuel filter. I then disconnected the pink wire, and I opened up the vent here, cranked it until fuel started coming out of this clear line that I installed, which I purchased from the fish place years ago. Still holding up. The fuel doesn't seem to degrade it. And cranked the engine with that vent open. Fuel came out, closed it. I put back the pink wire, went inside, cranked it for all of 3 seconds, and it started. I've taken this out 5 times already. It starts up every time. I know I didn't find the fuel leak, but it's not letting the fuel go back to the tank. I think it cost me all of 15 bucks for the backflow and the 2 adapters, and maybe $5 for the 3 feet of hose. I'm ecstatic. It's not winter, but this thing wouldn't start in the summer unless you felt like cranking it. And that's my my CUCV starting tip. I'm taking it out every time I can, and I hope I never have to fight with it again. I have 2 other CUCVs. I do not have this setup on it, and they start right up. So it's not like this is a must-have scenario.